rocker Courtney Love loses her grip.
Not work.
So good.
So bogus.
Bye. Cobain's widow is Courtney Love of the band Hole. She's a chart topper, too. Love reportedly admits using heroin. Her bizarre public behavior is legendary.
Hey, Courtney, if you were offered a lot of money to fight Tyson, would you? We're right behind you.
Oh, come on. It's easy to dismiss these musicians as misguided 20-somethings. The frightening reality, these tortured poets are the role models of today's teens.
Seattle rocker Courtney Love is suddenly off the hook for assault. Tonight, a judge in Florida threw out the charges against Love even before her defense presented its side of the case in the trial that started last week. The judge said she heard no basis for criminal charges in the testimony of one alleged victim, Bobby Lucas. He claims Love punched him and 3 other men at a concert in Orlando.
Each person was hit between 3 and 5 times. The first person was hit 5 times. And each of the other 2 before me were hit 3 to 4 times, and I was hit 3 times.
But after listening to all his testimony, the judge said the men were not exposed to any more violence than they could expect at any alternative rock concert. And now Courtney Love says she might rethink her practice of jumping into crowds at her concerts. She also offered her opinion that Florida seems like a violent state, noting it's even shaped like a gun.
She's the wild woman of rock, the goddess of grunge, the queen of controversy.
One of the reasons Courtney is so mouthy is she got into some very dangerous situations when she was young.
But look at Courtney Love now. Is she cleaning up her act for a new love interest?
Rock and roller Courtney Love has made a name for herself, but it's as much for how she performs in her personal life as it is for what she does on stage. Her wild roots run deep, and now a new book takes a closer look. Here's Joel Loy.
She may wear baby doll dresses, but Courtney Love is definitely a hellraiser. Yes, Courtney seems to love trouble. She's been arrested on charges of assault, and she has admitted to having problems with drugs.
You guys, calm down. This is so silly.
But writer Melissa Rossi thinks she knows what makes Courtney tick.
Does she do some stunts just to get attention? Yes, definitely.
Rossi, who says she's known Love since the early 80s, has unraveled some of the myths surrounding the goddess of grunge and Courtney Love, queen of noise. And despite their long acquaintance, she didn't exactly have Love's blessing.
Every time I'd open the door, I'd be worried that there's going to be a flying fist greeting me.
Yes, Courtney isn't exactly thrilled about her past being examined.
She's capable of great deceit, rewriting her history.
Courtney was born in 1964 to free-spirited parents in San Francisco. We talked with her father, Hank Harrison, last fall. He was a source for the new book.
And the first words that she said came out in sentences. And it scared us a little bit.
Courtney's parents ended up getting divorced, and Courtney was unhappy, constantly moving with her mother.
She started acting up quite a lot at an early age, so she had a larger than average temper.
After getting caught shoplifting, Courtney landed in reform school. She kept in touch with her father through letters. One of the letters her father showed us reads, "I want to get high in the sky." According to Rossi, Courtney discovered drugs at an early age.
She was a pill girl. She loved Valley of the Dolls, which is, as you might recall, the dolls were pills.
At age 18, Courtney submerged herself into the world of rock and roll, mostly as a groupie. But she found that it was easier to make money as a stripper.
One of the reasons Courtney is so mouthy today is she got into some very dangerous situations when she was young.
In 1990, she hooked up with Kurt Cobain, and they were married 2 years later. The couple had a baby girl, Frances Bean, but that wasn't enough to save the marriage. The new biography claims Courtney was planning to divorce Cobain when he killed himself in 1994.
I mean, she'd been number 2 in that relationship the whole time. It did hurt her career, definitely, to be involved with him.
Although she consoled fans after Kurt's death, many said that Courtney was partly to blame for the tragedy. Even her father says Courtney should have been around more.
Courtney wasn't supportive enough. That's what I think.
But Rossi says Kurt's problems were far deeper than Courtney.
She didn't kill him. Kurt pulled the trigger, but no, Kurt was depressed before he met Courtney.
singer in the face. When in court, Courtney isn't exactly on her best behavior.
Can I be LJ and you can be Christopher Dart?
While much of Courtney's quirkiness has been for shock value, Rossi says there may be a deeper meaning.
A lot of her behavior has been Courtney's special way of mourning, that she was really acting out a lot of her guilt.
But now it looks like Courtney may be cleaning up her act. She's completing her first starring role in a movie called The People vs. Larry Flint, and she has even become a brunette. According to Rossi, one of the reasons that Courtney is changing is because she's dating her co-star Edward Norton, who can be seen opposite Richard Gere in Primal Fear.
He's a Yalie, comes from a good family, very clean, does not like drugs. And so I think that she's ready to make these changes to be with him, and I think Courtney's going to go preppy on us.
But will the kinder, gentler Courtney still make headlines?
I think she'll always get attention. She'll demand it.
Now, Courtney's manager says she and Ed Norton are just pals. And in regards to the book, Love said, quote, "As a work of fiction, I found it completely boring." By the way, before the Larry Flint movie, Love will appear as a waitress in Keanu